Welcome everyone to the LIT chats. Again, my own name is Dave Reidy. I'm working in the marketing office here in LIT. I'm delighted to be joined by Damien Young, who works in the Department of Sport, Leisure and Tourism, and he lectures in applied strength and conditioning and is the course leader here in Thurles. Damien, you're very welcome to LIT chats, and thanks for taking the time to have a quick chat with us today.
Thanks very much, David. Yeah, I'm delighted to be here.
Perfect. Then we'll go straight into it, and I suppose the we'll just give it a small overview of the course. The level 7 and level 8 course applies strength and conditioning.
Yeah, so the title is Applied Strength and Conditioning. We're running over 10 years now, but we've recently updated the course only 12 months ago. So it's new and current to look at what the common trends in strength and conditioning are. And it's delivered over level 7 over 3 years and the level 8 over 4 years. And say there's a range of modules right across both levels, if you like, and you can apply for both courses, and it's a semesterized program. So it's been really popular over the last couple of years, and an exciting, practically and theory delivered course.
And then just when you said level 7 is over 3 years and level 8 is over 4 years, can you give us a quick, is there a difference between both of them, or what is the difference?
Okay, so it's more or less this exact same program, right? So even if you apply for level 7 or level 8, you sit in the same class, okay, for the first 3 years. The modules are exactly the same for the first 3 years. Now, if you come in on the level 7, which are lower points, you will then add on or have the opportunity to add on your 4th year when you've completed the 3 years. In level 8, you sign up for the 4 years, but also you might be decide to leave after 3, and you will be offered a degree program then after that. So it doesn't really matter what course you sign up to, level 7 or level 8. The modules are exactly the same, and you have an opportunity to go on to the 4th year, even if you come in on the level 7. And now that is a really important point, because most students either pick one or the other. So I'd suggest to put down both level 7 and level 8 courses.
Excellent, excellent. And can you give us a quick kind of description of some of the modules that you cover throughout a couple of years when they're in Thurles?
Yeah, okay. So again, there's a wide range of both strength and conditioning course modules. There's nutrition, there's psychology, there's performance analysis, and then there's business related modules to help you start up your own business. Okay, so maybe if we just go through each year, and there's more details on each of these specific modules on the LIT website, or else if you wanted to just put in applied strength and conditioning into Google, and that will bring up the link to the course, and you'll find out more about each of the modules within each of the years. So in first year, we start off as an introduction to strength and conditioning, and we take it as if you know nothing about strength and conditioning. So you don't have to be worrying about, what level is this going to be at? So we presume that you don't know anything about strength and conditioning, and we start off from there. And then each year builds on top of the previous. So in terms of strength and conditioning, we talk about resistance training. So we start off maybe by body weight exercises or free weight exercises. We teach you the exercises, but not only that, the instruction, okay, and how to coach the exercises. Another module is physical activity and movement skills, and we teach you about how we learn to move, okay, and the type of motor skills and the physical activity guidelines, and then programs to develop physical activity. Fundamental movement skills, then we talk about stability and locomotion and manipulation skills, and we look at movement skills for both the child, the youth, and the adult. So we move on then maybe for nutrition, okay, and we think about the sources of carbohydrates and proteins and fats, and maybe the energy intake and expenditure, right, and hydration principles. Okay, and we think about introduction to psychology is another module, and we talk about developmental psychology and the child and adolescent psychology, coaching skills, and this is a real core emphasis of the program. So not only in learning your content, you're learning how to apply it and coach somebody else. So the principles of training and principles of coaching, warm ups and cool downs, and introduction to long-term player development. And there are only some of the modules in first year. We move to second year, then you build on that, and we look at weightlifting. Okay, and we concentrate on the Olympic lifts and learning and coaching the lifts, and then planning programs. Okay, and nutrition appears again in second year, but now you're going to get into more specific content and sports nutrition about nutrition for speed and endurance athletes, okay, and designing and implementing maybe nutritional strategies for them. All right. Fitness testing is another module that you would take. So learning and applying fitness tests, right? So testing for strength and speed and agility and stamina. Speed and agility is another module. So we look at the components of speed and then speed exercises and planning speed programs. Endurance then is another module. We look at the aerobic development and combining speed and endurance training activities. Okay, video analysis, right? So we look initially at notational analysis and the coaching process. So learning how to observe and analyze movements. And then psychology then comes back into second year, and we look at maybe team dynamics and then mental skills training and leadership.
I, I suppose all these aspects are for any team, I suppose now, be a club or even a kind of inter-county elite team. They're all aspects that can be are coached or delivered individually or at a team aspect as well, which is really important.
Yeah, and that's a key component, David, that is not only team based. So we have loads of students who have come to us in the past that are individual athletes or from individual sports like weightlifting, okay, or rowing, or athletics, right? So we cater for the athlete, and then in a team environment and also an individual environment. So the core element is coaching the athlete, and that's, as you said, a really, really important point. Yeah.
Excellent. And the other important point that I really took was a first year coming in. It doesn't matter if they're at a beginning level or if they're already at an elite kind of coaching level. It's going from the basics, and you're learning from step one, and you're developing that person then as well, which is a really important aspect. I suppose.
100%. And just to add to that, David, we would have students coming in from second level who have just done their leaving cert, or maybe taken a year out and then coming back in, or else maybe have taken a few years out, and also mature students who are coming back. So in the class, you have a range of different students and who have come in with their own experiences into the course, which all adds to the course. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so they're learning from students as well. But just in terms of the lectures they're lecturing on it, who delivers the courses, or do they have field experience as well?
Yeah. So we're very fortunate in all of our lecturers that are delivering on this applied strength and conditioning course are actively involved in actually coaching or management, right? So we have strength and conditioning coaches, we have nutritionists, we have psychologists, we have physios, we have performance analysts, and people involved in team management. So that is a key unique selling point for our course, is that when you're in the class or when you're in the practical class, you're experiencing their knowledge from what they've learned from on the ground and what works, okay, and they're bringing their own experience and knowledge into the classroom, so and they're sharing that with you. So they're all working at both a sub-elite level and an elite level. So that is a great opportunity to learn from those people.
Exactly, because as you know, the field stuff changes year in year out, and there's new techniques coming in to improve athletes or teams, and it's great to have that field experience and learning straight away that can be coached then, or delivered lectures through basically when students are in Thurles.
Yeah.
And just in terms of the placement opportunities, is there an opportunity to go on placement in both the level 7 and level 8 applied strength and conditioning, or is it all in-house?
Yeah, so the work placement takes place in third year, so the second semester. So after Christmas in third year, from January until May or June. Okay. Now we deliberately put it in the second semester of third year so that some people or some students would like to continue their work placement during the summer, right? So in the past, we've students who have maybe gone to America for the summer and taken their work placement during the summer and part of their summer holidays or their J1. Okay. And this work placement can take place anywhere in the world.
Excellent.
Now, most would get they have to complete 500 hours. Okay. Now, most would finish that in May, which is the end of the semester, and then you'd have your summer off. However, some will join teams or individuals who their championship will be going on during the summer, and they choose then to stay with that team or individual throughout the summer and see what actually happens during those months. And as I said, we've had students who have gone foreign, right? So we've students who went to France and Canada and the US to complete their work placement, and that's placement is submitted in August. So you have really from January to August to complete those 500 hours. Now, the students will find their own placement. All right. Now, there might be a bit cagey about that. However, we have a full list of places that students have gone in the past. And every year since we started work placement, we have more people looking for our students than students looking for places. So there's loads of opportunities for our students right across disciplines, be it from strength and conditioning, be it from physios, be it from gyms, whatever you wish to try, if you like, as part of placement.
That's excellent to hear. And I suppose just going on from that, what we said, they'd more than likely come back then for fourth year and finish their level 8 degree. After finishing their level 8 degree, what's the employment opportunities like? Is it similar to the placement opportunities, or what's even the rate of employment from past experiences with students going out after finishing level 8?
Yeah, so if we just jump back to the work placement for a minute, most when they come to third year are now kind of finding out what they want to work with. Do they want to work with children, youths, or adults? Or do they want to work in gyms or team environments or individual environments? So the work placement is really a kind of an opportunity to maybe test out what you're actually going to focus on when you leave fourth year. Okay. So in the past, we've had many range of different career opportunities. So we have some who have worked with Munster Rugby Development Academies. We have one student who is working with Irish Rugby and is an athletic performance coach with the Rugby Sevens. We have two students who are the lead strength and conditioning coaches with two intercounty senior hurling teams. And then we have three former students who have are currently working with the leads as the Camogie senior teams as well. We have students who are running the performance analysis with senior teams. And then we have others who have worked and set up their own gyms, right, and personal training businesses. And then we've also students who have gone on to teach PE in Dubai. Other options were GA development officers, and then some have gone to choose to go on to further study, and they've completed maybe a master's in strength and conditioning or a research master's in sports, or we in the recent past we have a number of students who have gone on to choose to study physio. Now, this is another opportunity from this course, is that you can do your 4 years with us in the applied strength and conditioning, and then go on and choose to do a master's in physiotherapy. So we have one student who is in UCC, but there's more and more links developing from physiotherapy, mainly in the UK and Scotland.
Excellent. So, kind of just to summarize that, there's a wide variety of opportunities for employment after or completing the course, either the level 7 or level 8 in applied strength and conditioning, which is great to hear. And there's so many different kind of industries there that you mentioned that students have the chance to go and look for employment from, and a career from, more importantly. I just jump back a small bit. Like, I see you're in the gym here in the sports lab here in Thurles, and again, what a facility it is. But just in terms of the practical elements versus the lectures or the traditional lectures, what students might know, what % of the course is practical versus, we say, in a lecture hall?
Okay, so if you think back on the course, it's applied strength and conditioning, right? And we place a real emphasis on the applied elements of the strength and conditioning coach's job, okay? So therefore, in each module has at least 50% practical. So, for example, you will be doing a module, and you'd be spend half your time in the lecture theatre and half your time in the gym. Now, that is a unique element from this course compared to other sports courses around the country. Now, we want you leaving being able to practically apply the knowledge that you have. So at least 50% of the practical is delivered for each module. Now, as you rightly said, I'm just standing in the sports lab, which is a €4 million state-of-the-art purpose-built strength conditioning facility, and this is where you will be taking your practical classes. So it's really impressive facility to learn your trade as a strength conditioning coach.
Excellent. And just before finishing up, I suppose the one last question: do you have any advice for a prospective student coming in and, I suppose, applying for the LIT Applied Strength and Conditioning courses?
Yeah, I suppose. Look, the major point when you're looking at each of the courses, that it's more or less the same course. The level 7 and level 8 are the same course. So I'd strongly recommend that you would put down both courses, okay? Depending on your points, right? You may or may not get the level 8, but you can fall back and get the level 7. And you're going to be sitting in the same class anyway and doing the exact same modules. And after 3 years, you can always add on that 4th year, which is the level 8 anyway, so your honours degree. So after level 7, you get your degree. After level 8, you get your honours degree. So I couldn't stress that highly enough, that to put down both level 7 and level 8 in the applied strength and conditioning course.
That's excellent, Damien. Again, I'll just wrap it up now, and thank you very much for taking the time today to come on and answer a few questions that we have. I suppose if anyone's listening that have any further questions or questions that we didn't get to, you can email schools@lit.ie, and someone from our side or yourself, Damien, can get back to them. But once again, thanks a million for joining us today. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks, David, and thanks to everybody for listening.